Afternoon everybody. We're in Neenton between Ludlow and Bridgnorth. We had a break in the weather and a late start, an unexpected start really, although we've had a few spots of rain. Hopefully it'll be alright for the rest of the evening. We've got about 4 hours of daylight left and we're off to Herefordshire for our next Round Britain Rally location. Now this one is very difficult to give you a clue for, because although it's very nice what we're going to see, according to the internet anyway, its history is very basic. It seems that nothing much happened there, and thus coming up for a clue is difficult. Thinking back to our last outing, it's another religion based one. If that doesn't give it away in part, I don't know what does. Let's say if Mr. Brandreth had a religion, this would be one of his, and it's in Herefordshire. As the sign says, 12.5 miles to Ludlow, and I've come this way today just to mix it up a bit. I come up the 442, the A442 to Bridgnorth, and then I'm heading southwest really, give or take, just to mix it up. As nice as the Clees are, the Cleels, which we may get a look at, we're on the northwest side of the Cleels today, just to mix it up, because the last outing did mean traversing the other side. Talking of the Clees, there's one in front of us. This is the more difficult one to get at if you want to go and walk it, because there's a lot less parking in the vicinity, and it's now on our right and it will be on our front again very shortly. Nice bit of road this. Don't come this way very often, Cleobury North. In front of us, behind this tree, is Brown Cleal, which is the higher of the two. Great little cricket ground there. I must admit I've been having fun with Webley Mark II's seat. Now it is a touring seat underneath the air cushion, but it's a bit old now because it's the one I had for Webley Mark I. And whilst the airbag does help, sometimes it seems like you're forever putting a bit more air in and taking a little bit out, and you don't need a lot. But if it gets quite warm, and of course it's covered in black material, so it can get quite hot at times, you tend to put a little bit more in when it is quite warm, because it gets a little bit soft, and it's only a fraction more. But then, because it firms up a little bit when it goes cold, and it's about 10 degrees today, you tend to put a bit more in because it's not quite enough. But there's that middle ground where it's the opposite, and really I should let some air out at the moment because it's quite hard, and you only need about half inch of air in depth, and all the cushions are interlinked, so it's little pockets, so it's self-leveling, this Airhawk air cushion. But it's not as good, I don't think, it's not as comfy on your bum as a new Himalayan touring seat. That's the standard factory touring seat, I should say, the standard optional extra. Options are available for many more different makes and recoverings of Himalayan seats, because it's that it's a bit of that double-edged sword. It's thin, so you can actually stand on the foot pegs nicely, but of course that means less for your backside to sit on. I think he'd have been better off with a little grey Fergie. Right, back on completely familiar territory now, the A4117, 2 miles to Ludlow, but my logistics department, headed by Ms. Naughty, says that Ludlow is a bit of a mare at the moment due to lots of roadworks. So it may work in our favour to give us a different route, but we've got to head sort of south of the town, and then I don't think it's a mile really south of Ludlow. I think it's called Loudon off the top of my head. So we are going to go, do we go straight on? It looks like there's been a bit of a tractor run on, or there still is. That's a few older tractors I've seen today. I'll tell you what, we'll go into Ludlow and we'll show you Ludlow. We'll go right in and through, or at least we hope to get through. There's no signs here, of course, saying there's any closures or diversions, but that's normal, isn't it, for them to drop it on you just like that. Right, if we go up towards the castle, I think we have to come back on ourselves, or do we? Let's go and have a look anyway. Looks like the closures are not happening yet. Looks like May, early May. I think we go down there, but we'll have a little nose. There's the castle up there. So if we turn left, I think we'll be alright now. Shrewsbury and Leominster, so it's dead end down there. The Broad Gate, the only survivor of Ludlow's 7 medieval gateways, according to that sign there. Oh, come on folks, you can get a ring-a-ding through there. Now we might have to have a map stop, or do I see what I'm looking for? Oh, that's nice, pal. Where's your pissing indicator? Pardon my French there. Nice shot of the river. Ludford. Was it Ludford I was after? Wigmore? Yes, I think it was. Head towards Wigmore. Right. Oh, this here. Some great buildings at Ludlow. So, time for your second clue, and that's where we're heading. The question is, do you know the place at all? And if you do you know it as the real name or the twisted local name? So, the real name, according to my research, is Aston, but local folk call it Pipe Aston because they used to make clay pipes in the area back in the day, and the information included with the Round Britain Rally does state Pipe Aston. We just got to keep a lookout for some signs because it's only a few miles up here, I think, and if I remember right, it's before Wigmore, so I think we're looking at about 5 miles max. Ah, the A49. Let's have a map stop. We've come too far south from Ludlow. I'll say too far, it's only a couple of miles away. Just after the bridge there should have been a turning on the right. I think I was distracted by that nice building when we was coming out, so we'll have a look. Here we are again. Yes, definitely distracted by that building. Yeah, Wigmore's only 7.5, so we'll try again. Probably about 4 or 5 miles, I should think, at the most. Oh wow, well, I suppose that's the nice thing about these Round Britain rallies. It's a bit of a bad bend, but there's the castle. What a view of the castle. You got the Titterstone Clee just there. I don't think that's the brown... Oh, it is the brown Clee. Yes, I can see the masts on the top. Excellent. I think we'll take a photo. It's nice when you get these little surprises, and that's, I suppose, one of the best things about doing these rallies. You go to different places, or maybe you go to similar places but a different way. This is Wycliffe Common then. The church there is St Lawrence's Church. There's another church, yeah, the one with the dome, that's St Peter's Church. You pass that on the way in. Ludlow Castle, of course. Brown Clee to our left, sort of just behind the trees really, I suppose. 1772 feet, that one. And then Titterstone Clee, we can just see, well I can, you may not with a GoPro, just see the golf balls. There, the golf ball is just cresting the summit, just behind it really. 1749 feet. Cleal Village there, just to the left of the second tree there, the one on the right, in the middle, more or less. On the top, that's Cleal. And down in the dip is the River Team. Right. Better get on with it, because otherwise I'll have to take the camera off and change the battery. Mortimer Forest. Very pleasant indeed. Climbing quite a bit now. Should be a cracking view if you get a gap in the trees. And that's the top. Down we go. Pipe Aston. Haha. I know the camera battery's on its last segment. I've just got that feeling. It'll bleep at me and shut down just as I'm pulling up. Right. So yeah, what was it again? If Mr. Brandreth had a religion, this would be one of his. So it's not any more imaginative than that, folks. Are we close? Everything's hiding behind the trees. It's a nice spot. Lovely. Fine buildings. And there we are, just in time, I think. St Giles Church, Pipe Aston. We'll get the administration done first, and then we'll have a walk around the church. St Giles Church then, Pipe Aston, Herefordshire. I say Herefordshire, I haven't passed a sign for Herefordshire yet. I'm guessing the river is probably the boundary back on the south side of Ludlow. But nothing really of historical interest of the church, except for the church itself. No events of note that I can find, but it is of Norman origin originally, partly rebuilt in the 13th century. And as we shall find out very shortly, in fact you can see them there, some very interesting carvings described as more or less like new, considering them ancient. It's thought that the arch was carved by the Hereford school and dates from around the 12th century. Most pretty indeed. I'm not a religious bloke, but I appreciate the architecture and I suppose the artwork. It is a little bit dark, of course. We might as well sign the book. And we've had another RBR member turn up here about 5 days ago. And there we are, some of the history back in the 17th and 18th centuries. Pipe making in the area, where the name pipe got stuck on the front of Aston. Right, that's it for today. We'll head back towards Ludlow, back over the Clee. It's a shame it's a Sunday and the chippy ain't open, but we'll get something on the way back, I think. See you next time.